Hello and welcome to this video. Now it's very hot in the studio. Alexa, what's the temperature in the studio?
The studio temperature is 27.06 degrees.
Yes, I can confirm it is that hot and it's getting warmer with the lights on. So let's keep this nice and quick and snappy. Now the nice people at Tonor have sent me this, and it is a new microphone. Now I've looked at the Tonor TC30 and the TC20 and they're both really good little microphones. So how does this Q9 USB condenser microphone compare? Well, we'll get it out of the box and have a little look. So this is an entire kit for your desk. So it's got everything you need in here, including the microphone. And it retails around about the £50 mark. There can be offers on sometimes. I'll put a link in the description to the product and you can have a little butcher's. Well, let's see what we've got. So we have got a pop shield with a bendy arm and a twisty guy here to connect it to the arm. We have got a little instruction manual. Oh look, that's interesting. So on the button you can short press to turn the volume up or down, and you can long press on it to mute. That's cool, I like that. And it gives you a little bit of a setup guide for using the microphone on your computer. Keep hold of that. Aha, so we have the shock mount here, so the microphone doesn't jiggle. Excellent. Aha, so this is our desk clamp. Unsurprisingly, to clamp it to the desk. Yeah, so you can get a good range of thickness through this. That'll definitely go on all of my desktops. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put it on this desk here and we can try it out with it plugged into the computer. Okay, so we have, I assume this is a USB cable. Yes, it is. So it's got a USB plug on there and one of these USB guys. I can't remember what they're called. They're like the kind of ones you find on the back of printers. I'm sure you're probably telling me right now. Let's have a look at how big this is. Someone did tell me about something about measuring with your arms, and your length of arms means something. I mean, I'd say that's probably, yeah, probably about 1.8 meters, maybe. Okay, then we have the boom arm itself. Perfect. So there is our boom arm. End here goes into the clamp, and this is where the shock mount screws onto. Cool. And then we have the microphone. Oh, that's nice. That's finished in a nice black color. There you go, and you've got your volume buttons there. Excellent. And at the end there you've got the USB connection. So, oh yep, and then we've got like one of those little spit shieldy things. It does look like it's had a bit of a rough life. I will slide it on. Lovely stuff. So yeah, it's not the heaviest of microphones, but it feels sturdy enough. So we need to screw the shock mount onto the arm. Okay, let me just mount the clamp under my desk. So let's squeeze this open, tighten the screw up. And there we go, we have our microphone on our arm. Hello. Cool. And if you wanted to put the pop shield on, you can just screw it on, but to be honest, it feels a little unnecessary for me, so I'm not going to do that. And then, this guy plugs into the bottom, and away you go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install this on my computer. It should just be plug and play, and we'll do some recording tests. Interesting. Okay, so this is a test of me talking through the Tonor Q9. I've got the microphone about 3 inches away from my face, and I hope this sounds okay. Obviously, I can't hear what you're hearing right now, but what I will do is after I've recorded this, I will go and have a little listen on the computer and we'll discuss the results. So I'm just going to turn the volume up. So I imagine this is probably quite loud now and possibly clipping. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's getting into the red zone. So I'm going to turn myself down. So now my talking is a little bit quieter and maybe too quiet. I don't know. Who knows? Well, we'll find out when I do the tests. So that probably feels like a good point to... that seems like a good volume to have it at. Now, my only moan is the shock mount gets in the way of the buttons. So if you're going for the buttons, you have to sort of think about it. So if I go and mute it. So now this is muted and you can't hear what I'm saying. So if I hold it again, there you go. I'm back in the room. And there's actually a little blue status LED above the volume controls that tells you if the mic is on or off, which is quite handy. So I usually do a little bit of an audio test by reading one of my favourite books, The Gruffalo. So if you'll indulge me. A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house. It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a gruffalo. A gruffalo? What's a gruffalo? A gruffalo? Why didn't you know? I mean, hopefully that sounds okay. So I've just looked at the screen and it appears that it's it's like a mono source. So there's no sort of stereo left and right, but to be honest, that's pretty normal for a microphone, especially of this sort of price point. But, you know, for $49.99, you actually get a fair bit for your money. You don't look like a complete noob with this setup. It actually looks all right, especially on camera. You know, this is the kind of setup you'd see on someone's stream or videos, and I think it looks all right, really. And, you know, you could add the pop shield as well, and that would help things even more. But I think it looks okay, especially for $49.99. I think if I was going to moan about this, I'd say that maybe the cable for the computer should be a bit longer, because really and truly you want the cable Velcro tied to the arm and then off to the computer. And I think with the length of the arm, you'd probably lose about a meter cable just connecting it nicely onto the arm. So yeah, I think if there was a slightly longer cable with it, I mean, you can buy longer cables. I'll stick a link in the description to one because it is just a standard USB cable. But yeah, I think that would help. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause proceedings and I'm going to go and listen back to this and we can talk about how it sounds. I mean, you'll know already, but I don't. So yeah, back in a mo. Okay, well, I had a little listen back. I did realise that when I put the volume back to a normal level, it was probably a little bit higher than it should have been, but it didn't actually sound all that bad. So how does it sound? Well, I mean, I guess you can tell me in the comments what you think about how it sounds. I think it sounds all right, actually. I mean, thing is, when I've done these comparisons before, I've compared them to my Rode NT1A, which is like 4 times the price of one of these guys. And you don't get all this stuff with it. So it does feel like quite an unfair comparison. But it's perfectly good. It is absolutely fine. You know, this isn't broadcast quality sound. You wouldn't find the BBC using this in their radio stations. But something on your desk that, you know, you don't necessarily use all the time for a quick Zoom call or podcasting. It does the job really well. And you get a lot of stuff for your money. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a great little setup, and the size of the box it comes in, it means you can just fold it up, and you wanted to podcast or record on your travels, you've got a relatively small box that it all comes in, and you can just have a complete studio setup wherever you are. No, it's not the most amazing quality you'll ever hear, but it does the job and it's perfectly adequate. And if you're starting out streaming or you're starting out podcasting and anything like that, you don't want to jump in and spend a load of cash on stuff you're not really sure about. So this is a good solid start. As I say, probably my only moan is the lack of the length in the USB cable. I'd probably want a longer one, wouldn't we all? I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're new to this channel, then please do give me a subscribe. I've just gone over 9,000 subscribers, and that means so much to me. I can't wait to get to 10. I can't wait to get to 100,000, but just hitting that milestone of 9 is amazing. So, yeah, take me on the road to 10 by hitting the subscribe button and maybe giving this video a cheeky like as well. And if you really like this channel, you can join it and pay varying fees of money depending on how much you can afford or you think I'm worth, or both. So yeah, in conclusion, the Q9, pretty good. Pretty good. There's not much else for me to say. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But for now, it's game over. Kip out.